Consecutive mayoral wins is a pretty impressive record, but then again, so is the woman who holds it. Hazel McCallion, or Hurricane Hazel, she's become known over the years, has been serving the city of Mississauga, Ontario for 36 years. Well, now, as her reign draws to a close at the age of 93, she's embracing a new role as author with her new memoir, Hurricane Hazel, A Life with Purpose. She joins us in studio. Congratulations on the book and on everything that you've accomplished in your career. The book is a delight. Now that you're sitting here, the book's published, you're leaving office, are you sad?
Well, yes, it's getting close to the end of a wonderful journey that I've had through life and through 36 years, well, 46 years in politics. I was mayor of Streetsville for 3 years, and then 36 years as mayor of Mississauga. It's been a wonderful journey. I've had such great support from my citizens and from so many people along the way.
And you've got so many stories to tell, you know, highlights and frightening moments. You were hardly in office at all in 1979 when the train derailment happened that made headlines right around the world.
That's right. Yeah, it was quite an experience. I was launched into a leadership role very, very quickly under extreme conditions. But we came through it. Again, a team approach, the staff and those that came to help. We got through it very successfully. I call it the miracle of Mississauga.
Well, and it literally really was because of the heroics involved that you get into in the book a little bit of getting the cars away so that they wouldn't blow and then getting everybody out of harm's way quickly.
Yes, it was the largest evacuation in North America at that time.
Wow.
And the people cooperated. You can't have an evacuation without the cooperation of the people. When the police and the fire and myself said, you got to leave because it's dangerous. Chlorine is a very deadly chemical. We know about what it did in the war.
Yeah.
It kills people very suddenly. So with the cooperation of everybody, as I say, a team approach.
And it got done. You knew when you got into politics that you were entering what was really pretty much a man's world. You knew that. It didn't stop you. Your passion, your presence, your confidence got you through some interesting times.
Tough times.
And you never lost your fervor, you never lost your stride. Nobody could convince you to step aside for somebody, a man. You had some interesting thoughts on that in the book.
Well, in the private sector, I was also successful, fortunately. I rose to the top management of an American firm, Canadian Kellogg, engineers and contractors in the petrochemical field. And that was a wonderful experience as well. And I had to work to get there and had to work with men, and we seemed to work together.
And you were able to do that. Tell me about when there was a group of women who wanted to become garbage collectors.
Well, I always use the example that why can't they be on the garbage truck? Because who takes the garbage out to the road in the morning? It's the women. So all they have to do now is throw it up on the truck.
And that was that. It ended up, nobody was going to argue with you after that. Tell me about your 7 keys to success. Because you mentioned them in the book. One of them is being honest.
Yes.
And honest about your work ethic as well. And honest about the job.
But honest with the people. I think so often they ask you to do something. And you have to say no the odd time, that it can't be done. But you take time to explain it to them. I don't say yes just to get votes. If I have to say no, and I've said no many times, but you take the time to explain it as to why it's not possible to accomplish or to do whatever they've asked you to do.
One of the things that has amazed all of us through your career is your incredible work ethic, because you work 7 days a week.
Yes.
And you say it's because you can't do it any other way. You can't just show up at an event because you're running for office. No. You have to show up at the event the day after.
Well, I always say I win the election the day after the last one. And that is, I do the same the day after the last election as I do the day before the next one. So many politicians only show up when the election is coming along to events. I give it my full time all the time.
And you're healthy. I mean, everything's great about your health right now. You're not even. You say you might take a baby aspirin. That's about it.
That's it. A baby aspirin.
And
that's it. No medication.
It's astounding. And your secret then to that, to great health, that we
Well, I think as a kid, I grew up on a farm on the Gaspé Coast in a little town called Port Daniel. My dad was in the fish processing business, so we had good food. I didn't have many clothes and very few toys. None of those things that the kids have now. But it was healthy. And my mom was a nurse, so we didn't have a hospital. There wasn't a hospital within more than over 100 miles. And in the wintertime, the roads were closed, so you couldn't get to the hospital except by train. So I came up under good food. Good, healthy, organic food. In fact, I grew up on drinking unpasteurized milk.
Yeah, oh, did you? Well, you've been an incredible inspiration, and you are to this day, and congratulations on your book.
Thank
and
you.
your retirement. I can't believe you're going to be retired.
Well, it's going to be tough on December the 1st when I'm no longer mayor and don't have an agenda to follow. But I'll be busy. I have other things that I'm going to do on behalf of municipalities because I believe we need more authority and more money to do the job.
Of that, I have no doubt you're going to be still with your fingers in the pie for sure. Mayor McCallion, thank you so much for coming in.
It's a pleasure.
It's our pleasure.